This is part 3 of my painting of Gloria White. If you don't know, last Halloween her son broke into her home and murdered her. In part 1 I introduced this project, part 2 talks about motive, and in this part I want to share a little bit more about Gloria. When I got the email from Allison asking if I would make this painting, the first thing that really struck me was how it happened in Dowagiac, Michigan. That's the town that my mom grew up in. I still visit family there every holiday. It's an odd coincidence, but Gloria worked as an elementary art teacher in the school district that my mom grew up in. When it came time to scavenge for reference photos, I visited Allison to look through old photo albums. When I arrived, there were these huge stacks of scrapbooks that Gloria had worked on for Aiden and Allison when they were younger. There were almost no photos of her. She didn't really like her photo taken. When I was holding these scrapbooks in my hands, it was the first time that I felt really close with her. She must have spent countless hours pouring her love for her kids into these books to one day pass down to them. And obviously for Aiden, that isn't really possible anymore. Something that I'm having a little bit of trouble with is understanding who Gloria was outside of who she was for others. The majority of her life was dominated by marriage and motherhood and divorce. Her interests would transform pretty quickly near her death because that was the first time that she was really able to explore her personal identity. She was clearly very selfless, but also it's just so sad that she was only beginning to come into herself when her life was taken. I had the opportunity to visit her home after I looked through all of those old scrapbooks. It was decorated with so many little tchotchkes, stuff that she would pick up at garage sales, which she loved her whole life, and all sorts of glass, especially blue glass and beach glass, which I'm taking as inspiration for some of the colors in this painting. She had an everything is useful eventually type of mentality, and she usually did find a way to use these things that she would hold on to. Her car hadn't really been touched since her death, but sitting in the passenger seat was a brown afro and a button-down shirt that she'd put there because she was going to dress up as Bob Ross for her students that day. And then I was handed these pieces of old notebook paper. It must have fallen out of the visor or the center console or something, and it was a letter that Aiden had written when he was a kid. It was a letter to God, asking why he felt so sad all the time, and he said that the Ninjago movie couldn't even make him feel better, and Gloria kept this with her until her death. Aiden broke into her home by smashing the window and reaching inside. However, if he would have used the code on the door, all he had to do was type in his own birthday. It's clear that Gloria had so much love to give, and I hope that this painting can share a little bit more of her love with the world.